Hey, in this video, we're going to add some text to our 3D printed map. Here you can see I have my map of Mount Adams and I've added the text from Tinkercad. So we're going to learn how to do that, how to combine these and merge them into one object, and then print them. Okay, so let's start off in Tinkercad, and I'm going to create a new design. I'm going to go up here first and call this thing 3D map text. All right, that'll do that. And we always helps to always work in our flat view. You can leave the snap grid just where it is. That should be just fine. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, of course, is we're going to put out some text. We need to have text. And you know what? I'm going to make sure that I spell everything right. Now, Mount Adams is pretty easy, but yours may not be. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up another tab and just type it in up here to Google and make sure I've got it right. Okay, Mount Adams. If you want to, you can copy this. We need to make sure that we have, these are proper nouns so that they're capitalized at the beginning, but not the whole thing. If you want to, you can copy that text right here. And then go over here and double click it to select all this or delete it all. And then right click and paste. And then press enter. All right, so I've got Mount Adams as text here. But if we look at it, it's way too big. Look how huge it is. 193. Our little map was only 80 millimeters wide. So we're going to reduce the size of this thing. You can also play, before you do that, is you can play around with different fonts that you want to use. I'd recommend keeping it on the biggest, thickest font. That way you won't have any problems printing it if the text gets small. And by the way, try to abbreviate. Like I might want to take this, and one way that we abbreviate Mount is MT dot. Mount Adams. I think I like that better because my text is going to be larger because there's less of it. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to scale this and we're going to hold down Shift to make sure that it doesn't get all squishy and weird like this. Let's undo that. Hold down Shift and let's make it smaller. What we're looking for is this number that's 145 to shrink down to slightly less than 80, something like 75 or 77. So I'm going to hold down Shift and shrink. Zoom in. Uh-oh, I went too far, didn't I? So it's at 62 or 61.95. I'm going to hold down Shift and make that a little bit bigger. Hey, there's 75. That's a little less than 80, and that's going to fit on our map just fine. You can change the height of it, of what you think you're going to need based on how tall. Some people have the Grand Canyon, so the front of theirs is going to be very tall. We can always fix this later in the slicer. I'm going to just guess at 5. All right, I don't know if that'll work, but we'll find out. All right, so now we have this completed. We've had this, it says 3D map text. That way when we export it, we're going to know what this file is. We're going to go over here and we're going to press export. Make sure you have it clicked and selected, and then I'm going to press export as an STL. All right, so now you can see it's downloaded into my downloads folder. So I'm going to go into, we're going to open up Bamboo Studio. So I'm going to go down here and type in Bamboo Studio. And we're getting ready to 3D print this thing now. We're going to put all these pieces together, put the map and the text together in one, and we're going to merge them when we're in here. Now you may have some stuff that nags you to update. Just skip over that. So there's a button that skips the updates because you can't update them on the student computers. And we're going to go to the Prepare tab. And I'm going to make sure I'm set on the A1 Mini, depending on what your printer you're using. Make sure it's your printer that you're using, the textured PEI, and we should be on generic PETG. All right, so that's what we're going to print with. So I'm going to press the plus button to add. And I'm going to go into my downloads folder. Remember, they were saved in these different things. Mine's saved over here, but you probably have to go in one of these folders if you saved them in there. So I'm going to go right here and grab mine and load up the map. Again, yours is probably saved in that number folder. Mine is a little bit different, I guess. Okay, then we're going to add our text on the same time. So here's my 3D map text that I just downloaded from Tinkercad. Okay, well, you can see this isn't going to work. It's kind of sticking off the edge a little bit. So I'm going to move it up. Now you can see in this program, the text moves by quite a bit at a time. So you can use your mouse to kind of drag it where you want it. And here's my problem. You can see I have a problem with mine already. You can also, if you want it to go slower or move not as much, you hold down Shift and it'll move by 1 millimeter at a time. Okay, that looks really good. It's not going to cover up my map too much, but look at the problem. It barely sticks up. Mine isn't tall enough. Now, if yours is, you could just skip all this. Here's how we're going to fix and make it taller in here to make sure that the letters stick up. They're not tall enough to stick up over that great mountain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and I'm going to click the text and make sure we select that. And I'm going to go up here to this one. It says scale. You could also press S on the keyboard. Okay, and see I'm in the scale. That shows the box getting bigger. That's what scaling is. It's making things bigger. All right, or smaller actually. All right, so now look, we don't want to grab it. It seems like, hey, I'll just grab this one and make it taller like in Tinkercad. You don't want to do that because it's on uniform scale. If we do that right now, it's going to make the whole thing. Oh no, I guess not. Never mind. So yeah, we're just going to grab this one and pull it up until the whole thing is sticking out. It's still not tall enough, is it? So I guess the uniform scale only applies to this stuff up here. Hey, now I have it so that my letters are all showing. I think that D could stick up just a little bit more. So I'm going to make sure that I scale it up a little more by grabbing, and you can move your view with your left mouse button. You can move it around and get a good view and make sure it's really sticking up. Okay, that looks great. Now, here's the thing. It's a little bit different. In this program, what we need to do is we need to merge these together as one object. Otherwise, it'll try to print both of them on top of each other, and the plastic will stick together. It won't work right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this one. An easy way to do this is actually if you go up here to Edit, and then go down here to Select All, or you just go Control A. You can select everything. And then you're going to right-click it with this, and you're going to click Merge. Now this might take a second. For mine it did, and now look, if I click off of it and click back on it and move it around, it's all one object. I'm going to move that back to where it was. Okay, so at this point, we are set up with the A1 Mini, or whatever printer I assign you to use. We have different ones in here. We have the textured PEI plate. That's what we use in this class anyways. And I'm on generic PETG filament. So that means I'm ready to slice this up. So I slice the plate. And at this point, you'd need to come and talk to me to get, and you can look and make sure nothing's sticking out the bottom of the thing. Yep, completely flat all the way down to the bottom. And now you're ready to come and get me, and I'll give you the USB, and so we can transfer this over to the printer. And to do that, we're going to click this menu and go to Export Plate Slice File, and then click on this, and then we'll start doing that.